Now, of course, you're used to hearing about all the numbers of coronavirus infections and also deaths here in the tri-state, but you really don't get a true picture until you put human local faces to the fight. And that's what my co-anchor, Kristen Hartman, is doing and why she's here today on two different fronts here. Kristen?
Yeah, Craig, I spoke with a couple who've been married almost 51 years. They do everything together. But when they both got COVID-19, it actually forced them apart. You see them right here. This is the story of their fight and the Northern Kentucky healthcare system that got them to the other side.
This virus was right in my body. I could feel it, and it was taking my breath.
And what was perhaps just as scary for Nancy Williams, she knew it was taking her husband Ray's breath too. Imagine being a team for decades, raising children together, and then having to be apart for the toughest of fights. The Williams don't know where they got COVID-19.
Well, you just don't know where it is out there.
But in late February, after stocking up on supplies to stay home, they both started coughing. They both had fevers. When the symptoms wouldn't let up, Ray went for help to St. Elizabeth in Fort Thomas, which is set up to treat COVID-19 patients. Nancy later went there too.
When they took me, I thought, that's it, our kids are going to lose both their parents. That's what I thought. But I don't want to go like this. Not with this nasty disease and not being able to breathe.
She got the oxygen she needed, and she says reassurance from St. E's medical team. They told her they'd been training for this scenario for years. In fact, we have video of that prep work.
They come in my room suited up like astronauts, and they knew what they had to do and where they had to put everything. My door stayed shut. I never seen another patient.
Except her husband. Ray's case was so severe, he needed a ventilator.
They took me down, and I had to get suited up. And I got to go down and see him. I was so scared I was going to lose him and he's going to be by himself, I wanted to talk to him, even if he didn't hear me.
You don't remember that at all?
No, ma'am.
Was this the sickest you've ever felt?
Yes, ma'am.
He was sicker than she was, but both of them walked out of this hospital. That is, I can't tell you how good it feels.
Dr. Doris Avani leads the team that treated Nancy and Ray.
They were terrific day and night.
She introduced us to some of those frontliners on this FaceTime. Frontliners who are getting people like the Williams back to their families. Thursday.
People went home and we got 4 in. And that has been our trend. We are discharging more patients than we are admitting. So that is good.
I feel so grateful for the people at St. Elizabeth. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for them, this couldn't be possible.
This is more time with their children, more time with their grandkids, more time with each other. They celebrate 51 years together in June.
It's great.
Very thankful.
It's great.
How much do you love your lady?
Oh, man. She's my everything.
And that's why people have left yard cards like this. As you can see, it says, "Heroes work right here." And it's for the medical workers bringing people back from the brink. Dr. Savani and the Williams, who are still on home quarantine, have this message for anyone watching. Be your own hero. Stay home to stop the virus. Craig.